Your Social Security check just got an upgrade. I have all the details and what just happened a short time ago. Let's get into it and talk through the details. Alright, now to put it in perspective, I am filming this video in January, just in case you happen to be watching this video at some point later on in March or February or something like that, then obviously you know when this video came from. But we are now a few weeks into the year, and I want to point out some of these major changes because this is probably a good thing when it comes down to Social Security, and ultimately it'll impact the benefits and the beneficiaries in a pretty big way. But we know that at the beginning of the year and when we roll over to a new year, a lot of changes take place, including changes in leadership like what we saw this year, especially when it comes down to the 119th Congress. Now, that is something that took place, again, just a couple days into the year. That is already in, and the new lawmakers are in place. But they also made some other appointments, and this could be playing into the hand of Social Security and some major changes for the program. Now, again, to be fair, yes, the COLA did roll out. That's not what this video is about, but that is a little bit of a change to benefits as well. The 2.5%, which, by the way, I've seen a number of people reaching out saying, I never got the COLA. You'll get it. If you haven't gotten paid yet for January, you will get that in your January payment here. A lot of people have already gotten their checks, but if you get it, it's going to be there, and it's not going to be very much. But ultimately, yes, the 2.5% will be included. Again, that's not what this video is about, but I've been seeing that question coming in so many times. Just want to throw that out there really quickly. But I want to share with you another appointment that came in, which is Bernie Sanders being appointed to the Senate Finance Committee. Okay, now I want to pop up here on the screen in just a second a statement out of Bernie Sanders. So right now, let's pop that up on the screen right now. Here you can see the statement out of the Bernie Sanders. And then again, this is basically him just making this statement, taking this appointment of the Senate Finance Committee seat. Now remember, Bernie Sanders is an independent senator, but he definitely leans very much left. And again, I'm not here to take sides politically. I'm just saying this is where he is. Even though he is an independent, he is very much a progressive, right? We know that, okay? This is no shock at all. We know this about Bernie Sanders. Anyway, here's the thing about it. We know that a couple things about Bernie Sanders is that he wants to reform Medicare. I mean, you can see that right there in his statement. The first thing that he mentions is Medicare to include hearing, dental, and vision. And then he also goes on to speak about Social Security. We know that Bernie Sanders wants to expand Social Security. We know that he wants to raise benefits by $2,400 per year, or $200 per month is what that translates into for beneficiaries. We also know that he wants to raise taxes on higher income individuals. Again, he makes that statement right there. But here is how this plays into Social Security going forward. Now, obviously, in his statement right here, you can definitely hear a little bit of disdain in his statement, right? He's not too happy about working under Republicans and basically them having control of everything. You can tell by the tone of his letter, he's not exactly all that thrilled about it. But that is the reality for the next couple of years here, and Bernie Sanders is going to have to live with that. However, if these people can work together and figure out a way to actually complement each other and not feel like irritated with each other all day, and actually find a way that they can come together and work on some solutions for the American people and beneficiaries of Social Security, those people enrolled in Medicare and Medicaid and all of these things like this, they can probably come together on common ground somewhere, somehow, to do something for these programs. But the point is, we know this much. The Senate Finance Committee, there's not that many people that are in this, right? It's a very small group of the overall senators. Now, here's the thing. You know that there's 100 senators, right? In the Senate, there's 100 people. 100 senators, there's 53 Republicans right now and 47 Democrats. That's the split right now, or what I should say is Democrats and or those that kind of typically vote with Democrats, which is Bernie Sanders, an independent, so obviously he's not a Democrat, but he does vote with them the vast majority of the time, right? So anyway, this is where we're at right now. Now, the Senate Finance Committee seats, encompasses a very small percentage of these people. But this is also a very powerful position, and they have jurisdiction over many of the changes that come out of the Social Security program and Medicare, things like this. So this may be a potential pretty good thing for Social Security as a whole, because again, when we have somebody that wants to reform Social Security in a massive way and add benefits, as in a $200 per month raise, we know this. Again, Bernie Sanders reintroduced the Social Security Expansion Act. What was that? Maybe, I don't know, year and a half-ish, maybe 2 years. It probably wasn't 2 years ago now. I'm not sure exactly when it was, but he came back and reintroduced that. or what I should say is brought in the Social Security Expansion Act, and that is the one that contains the $200 per month raise. As we originally heard about this about 5 years ago, back in early 2020, out of a small group of lawmakers that came in and suggested a $200 per month raise, which obviously never ever happened. Then Bernie Sanders brought it back. Now here's another thing too as well, is they can essentially do anything they want to Social Security. They can change this. And here's the thing. I've said this before in other videos. This may not be a popular thing to say, but we want reform to Social Security. Why do I say such a weird thing? Why would I make such a broad statement? Why? Is because if we get no reform to Social Security, we get guaranteed cuts to benefits in not that many years. Now with the passage of the Social Security Fairness Act, it's going to be about 9 years from now. It's not that far out, and it's going to go very fast. So this is not pointing the finger at any person or party in particular. The cuts are inevitable if we get no change. My point is, we need to get reform. We need to get a change to Social Security in order to avoid a potential cut to benefits of between 17 and 21%. And some people are suggesting that it could be even significantly higher than that. So we'll see what this whole thing shakes out to be. But this may be the time for the next couple of years here with the 119th Congress. We have this couple of year period of time right now. Okay, and this may be the time where we do get some massive changes and or some massive framework put in place to see exactly what they're going to do to the program. And we have an advocate and we have the, Bernie Sanders on our side when it comes to this. Now, again, I want to throw this out there. Whether you like Bernie Sanders or not doesn't really matter. I'm not going to sit here and tell you should or shouldn't like him. I'm just saying, whether you like him or you don't like him, we still got to watch him because he's a person that is, he's very vocal about what he wants. He makes it a big deal, and he's in a very powerful position right now. So with all of that coupled together, you probably think, hey, this is probably an important situation that we do want to continue watching going forward. And again, this could bring some pretty good upgrades and some pretty good changes to the overall program and beneficiary benefit checks. Just like what we saw with the passage of the Social Security Fairness Act, something as simple as that, right? Many years in the making, but then all of a sudden, in about a 2-month period of time, they went from just an idea to passage, 100% new law, right? So it's that fast. That's how fast they could do something like that. I know generally 2 months is not a very long, or it's not a very quick process, but when it comes to legislation, it's actually a pretty fast process. So anyway, anything like this could come, even though it feels like, oh, they'll never do anything. I wouldn't say that. I certainly would not say that. You never, ever, ever know what they're going to do here. And in my opinion, this actually would seem like a positive trajectory and a positive thing for Social Security and the beneficiaries as a whole. Anyway, I want to leave it at that. I hope that helps you. And again, that letter that I popped up there is actually the statements out of Bernie Sanders for this new appointment of the Senate Finance Committee seat. So hope this helps you. Again, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be, to continue watching all this information very closely, to break it down to these short videos, to advocate on your behalf, to represent you, to do whatever I possibly can to help you out through this time and to help you maximize your benefit, maximize your money, maximize your income, take advantage of programs, anything else that's popping up you can possibly grab or take advantage of. I'm here for you to point that out for you. If I can ask a huge favor of you, if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's 100% free to do so. There's a subscribe button right down below. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Otherwise, if you can think of just 1 or 2 people that benefit from this information, please feel free to share this video with them. There's a share button right down below. Otherwise, check out the well over 5,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section, and right now showing up on our screen as well. You'll see some videos there. Thanks again. Truly appreciate it. Have a nice day. Stay warm out there. Just enjoy, and I hope you're staying